Yeah, so already also touched a lot on that. So what we should do now, and here definitely, as I also mentioned at the beginning, we need to be very honest with ourselves. Wind is definitely critical infrastructure. And also considering also what I mentioned during the presentation just now, that we see that even though the classification of critical infrastructure in various countries, Germany included, foresees that you need to reach a specific megawatt threshold for a wind farm to be considered critical infrastructure, that might just not be the right measure anymore, right? Because as I said, if we build 5,000 turbines, when I say we, I mean Siemens Gamesa, and we work with 100 different developers for those 5,000 turbines to run them all in Germany, they could technically be seen as one big wind farm with 5,000 turbines, because theoretically they all have the same vulnerabilities and weaknesses. And that means just looking at the size in megawatt of a producing facility is just not enough to classify something as critical infrastructure or not. It needs to be seen in the total context on where this technology comes from. And it should be the same, breaking it down to all of the different sub-suppliers. And that is also why it's so important that some of the measures coming from the NIS2, for example, which are about the SBOMs, the software bill of materials, that they are diligently implemented, and also that this information is also shared across the different partners in this sector, essentially. We need to have transparency of what we use, how we use it when it comes to technology, components, and also, as I said earlier, processes, in order to ensure that we know up to which point is the OEM handling security, where is the operator taking over for security, and where is any other third party that is involved in the operation and maintenance, where are they, which role do they play in the overall end-to-end concept. So this is something that also needs to happen, and it should be facilitated also by our governments. So I believe that this is a task that shouldn't just be pushed onto us, OEMs, or on developers. This is really something that needs to be supported and facilitated by our governments.